Vienna, the capital of the Republic of Austria and one of the most visited cities in Europe, owes a large part of its charm and rich history to its wonderful location on the banks of the beautiful Danube River. For countries, it was a gateway between Western and Eastern Europe. Great empire, and to this day, it is considered the most important commercial and cultural center of Austria. With a unique tourist atmosphere, this city is a distinctive and attractive work, highlighted by its old architecture, its famous Fiaker cab horses, as well as its giant and interesting street cafes with Veno Vina cafe. If you want to know more about the tourist attraction of Vienna, the capital of Austria, please stay with us. Hello, I am Vali from Neshki channel. In this video, I will introduce 12 of Vienna's tourist attraction. Hofburg. For more than 6 centuries, the seat of the Habsburgs, the official residence of every Austrian ruler since 1275. The Hofburg is perhaps the most important places in Vienna's history. The official residence of the present President of Austria. This sprawling complex including numerous buildings that reflect different areas, including architectural flourishes from the Gothic, Renaissance, Baroque, and Rococo movements. This complex covers 59 hectares with 18 groups of buildings, including 19 courtyards and 2,600 rooms. Its main attractions are the Imperial apartment, the CC Museum, and the Silver Collection. Spanish Riding School. Dating back to Emperor Maximilian II, the magnificent Spanish riding horse was founded after the ruler introduced the famous Belvedere is the thrilling spectacle of a legendary display of equestrian skills at the Baroque Winter Riding School on the outskirts of Hofburg Places, where it has been located since 1735. Stephen Church. Vienna's most important Gothic buildings and Archbishop's Cathedral since 1722. Stephen's Cathedral is a must-see. The original 12th century church was replaced by a new Romanesque church in the 13th century. All that remains are the massive gate and the summit towers. After that, in the 14th century, the reconstruction in the Gothic style with the addition of the opera hall and the churches of Elgius, Veinna, and Gadrinion, while the famous 137-meter South Tower belongs to the 15th century. Improvements and construction more than it started from 17th to 19th century, and the entire structure was rebuilt after World War II. Schönbrunn Palaces and Gardens. The medieval Schönbrunn Palaces is fascinating not only for its magnificent architecture, but also for its beautiful park-like setting. One of the Vienna's top attractions, this impressive place contains more than 1,400 441 rooms and apartments, including those ones used by Queen Maria Theresa, was used. Queen Maria Theresa's most notable rooms include her decorated garden apartments and her breakfast room with floral artwork created by her daughters. Belvedere Palaces. Among the popular attractions of Vienna, Belvedere Palaces is really interesting two magnificent buildings, Lower Belvedere and Upper Belvedere. The highlights of the upper places include the ground floor hall with its statues and the ceremonial staircase with its rich plasterwork and valuable painting. The lower places has a marble hall, oval stucco moldings and beautiful ceiling paintings, as well as a gallery containing a collection of struck marble sculpture. Vienna State Opera. The Vienna State Opera is one of the biggest and most famous auditoriums on the planet, fascinating a considerable lot of the world's driving writers, symphonies, soloists and artists, drama and artful dance exhibition are performed something like 300 times each year, performed by melodic greats beginning around 1625 when the primary presentation of Vienna's court shows occurred. Austrian Parliament Building. It is a home of the National and Federal Parliament of Austria since 1918. The Parliament Building has been influenced by its large dimensions. It was built in 1883 for the use of Imperial and provincial delegation and has many Greek influence from Corinthian columns to its rich decoration are visible in it. Carol Stage. Carol Stage was built in 1737 and is known as one of the holiest places of church Bormuru. The vast building is topped by a magnificent 72 meters dome and is famous for its 33 meters double columns based on Trajan columns in Rome, with spiral stars depicting scenes from the life of the church. Austrian National Theatre. Vienna's Burg Theatre has long been famous for its production of German plays and performances of famous plays. Many famous names have served as the court theatre in four stages since its establishment by Emperor Joseph II in 1776. After a fire in 1945, the theatre was finally rebuilt in 1955, and since then it has grown as the most important theatre in the country. Vienna City Hall. Vienna City Hall is a giant pneumatic building that serves as the city's administrative center. What's remarkable about its size, occupying nearly 14,000 square meters of former land, this charming building was completed in 1883 and is remarkable. The commanding courtyard in the center of the building is the largest of the building's 8 courtyards, and it is used for popular summer concerts. Maria Theresienplatz and its memorial. The monument to Maria Theresa is one of the most impressive monuments in Vienna and is called the Square. The statue was commissioned by Franz Joseph I for the Art History Museum and the Natural History Museum and was displayed in 1887. This massive monument shows the Queen on her throne surrounded by the main figures of her time, including a number of generals on horseback. Vienna Zoo. The origin of the Vienna's garden can be traced back to the petting zoo of Emperor Francis I, which was founded in 1752 and is the oldest zoo in the world, with many interesting original buildings still intact. This zoo is one of the most enjoyable zoos in Europe to visit. Belvedere Park and its giant carousel. Visiting Belvedere, a large national park between the Danube and the Danube Canal, is a bit like stepping into another world. Once a royal hunting ground, this vast park has long been one of the Vienna's most popular recreational areas. There's something for everyone here, from thrill-seeking and disappearing in the Western area to the old civilization park rides. One of the highlights of the park is its famous giant carousel, which is a landmark in Vienna that has been beautifully displayed since 1896. Imperial Crypt and Capuchin Church. Vienna's Capuchin Church is dedicated to Our Lady of the Angels, most famous for the Capuchin Graft, which houses the Hofburg family mausoleum containing 145 family members. The 9 tombs are ranged chronologically, making it easy to track them chronologically in order of burial. The most prominent include the founder tomb, the burial place of Emperor Majestic, who died in 1619, and Queen Anna, who died in 1618. Holy Church and Peter Church. The original models of St. Peter Church was built in Peter's room, and Peter's was built on the site. Originally occupied by the Roman Church by one of the famous poets, Charles Magic, in 792 AD. This building was built in the 18th century and as a huge dome with wonderful painting and many historic treasures. The school was attended by the like of the Joseph Strauss and the last Empire of Austria, Charles I, and has a fine collection of art including pieces from the 19th and 16th to 19th century. Okay friends, I hope you like this video. If you like this video, please like and subscribe.